I guess being a dad's got some good parts and some bad parts, or some high and low moments. Twice now, Bill has he's hit. It was the first time he did it. He hit his head. He cried, and then he went unconscious. And I mean, I'm looking at him. He's not breathing. Now, this may have lasted 5 seconds, maybe 6. I don't know. To me, it seemed like a minute. And I'm looking at him thinking, right, I've got to start CPR. Is he dead? Before I got to start anything, he coughed and spluttered and started crying, and he was okay. But to look at this little bloke, he would have been, because when he just started walking, so he's maybe a bit younger than a year old, and he had those tracksuit pants, sort of tights with the built-in foot, and we've got a polished wood floor, so he slipped over on that and he hit his head. And anyway, I took him to the children's hospital, who did a great job. But he was fine. But before he ever went to the hospital, I got my scissors and I said, show me these bloody tights. I chopped off every foot so he could run around barefooted rather. But that was to look at and he's done it again since. But now, since we went to the children's hospital, they said, look, if he hits his head and he cries and then goes all floppy, that's a shock thing. So it's not actually concussion, and he's not going to die. He will come good. I don't want to see him hit his head again, but there's been no more frightening moment than that first moment. It was just awful. But that when he started crying and making that noise, that was. I'd rather the whole thing didn't happen, but that was a low point followed by a high. Look, I mean, overall, the really good bits. I mean, there are so many. As I was saying, I mean, just seeing him love things that I also love doing. Him coming in the morning, sun's up, Bill's up, come on, Dad, let's go, come out and play with Bill, come and play with Bill. Just those little everyday things, him wanting me to spend time with him. I get home after I've done some exercise or bike riding, and we've got this yoga mat, and I'll say, I've got to do some stretching. He goes, okay, Bill, he refers to himself in third person. Bill will stretch too. Bill will stretch too. He lies down there and he's doing sit-ups and doing his version of stretching, and that imitation is wonderful. But that is also something that makes me very aware of. I want him to be imitating good stuff, not bad stuff. You don't want him coming home and going to get a beer for me out of the fridge and say, Bill, drink beer, or Bill watch TV too much. Oh, actually, another great moment. Wallaby test was on. Not that there have been any great Wallaby test moments of late. So I said to Bill, okay, we're watching the rugby. Come and watch a rugby. So I sat there in the lounge chair and sat Bill next to me, and he sat there watching the rugby for about 30 seconds. And he said, no, Daddy, Bill not watch rugby. Bill play rugby. Picked up his little rugby ball and went to tackle each other, and that was great. It just showed me he'd rather play rugby. And even his soccer ball, it's not a soccer ball, he calls that the round rugby ball. He actually prefers to take the round rugby ball to the beach because it's easier to kick, a bit more predictable where it goes. But just seeing that he's such an active young bloke, and whether that be nature or nurture, we'll never know. But I think it's a combination of both.